Hi there, and thank you for joining me. I plan on wrapping up the year as I usually do and sharing summarized videos I've done throughout the year. Don't forget I have another playlist, and it's not just about HIV. It's about hobbies that I enjoy, like kayaking and flying a drone. The playlist is called Entertainment and History, so check that out. But for now, sit back and enjoy. Here we go! HIV can affect us in many ways, not just for your physical health, but your mental well-being. Some believe they should seek out other partners who are HIV positive. They have dating websites specifically targeting this. I looked up a few, so there's Positive Singles, HIV Dating Service, and Pause Personals, just to name a few. Now I get why people are seeking other HIV positive people because they will have a complete understanding of what it means to be positive. And you'd also know right out of the gate that you won't be stigmatized for it. Now you may feel that you could forego the condoms. Well, maybe you could. You're both undetectable. Well, there's a possibility that there could be a different HIV strain that can reinfect your partner, and then they would have to change their medication, and it would be quite dangerous. It could be. Now, it's up to you. Hey there, I want to share a fascinating book that Andy Feds wrote. He started it at 15 years old as a journal and continued on for another 15 years. I consider him a friend and ally to speak about HIV and AIDS. Before the book release, I had an interview with him on my channel. Check it out on the description below. Now, if you're wondering how he got that stage name, Andy Feds, well, his signature trademark is his fedora, and short form for fedora is Feds. So he got that part, and then Andy is inspired by a mentor of his throughout his life, and it was Andrew, but he shortened it to Andy. Before I had the interview with Andy, I asked him if there's anything he wanted me to leave off the table, which was he did not want to speak anything about his father, which I totally respected, and we didn't talk about that. But in his book, he did reveal quite a few things about him. I recently joined his book party online, and it was quite an experience, really. I felt welcomed, and I was able to ask freely. I had questions for him. For example, about what's the update about with his father? Do they have some sort of healthy relationship now or not? Thank you, Andy Feds, for sharing your life with us. You truly inspired me, and I'm sure countless others. I want to shout out to Shiloh about my recent Facebook comment post of my Andy Feds Achieving the Dream book review. She states, Michael K., your openness and honesty to speak out and break the stigma always amazes me, and I'm super proud of you for all that you do to break the silence and stigma. Wow, I appreciate any support from family and friends and anyone actually out there. Not all will agree with what I'm doing, but that's okay. I know I'm doing something here, and it feels right. Here are some of the reasons why I won't keep silent. Every day, an estimated 4,000 people are infected with HIV, and 1,100 of those are between ages of 15 and 24. Also, an estimated 650,000 people have lost their lives to AIDS-related illnesses back in 2021. It's not getting any better. We need to talk about it. I see their goal is to end this endemic by the end of the decade of 2030. We'll see about that. I believe the pharmaceutical companies are making far too much money and getting rich off of people's illnesses of many kinds, including HIV. It's affecting lives and families all around. Talking about HIV and AIDS and not sweeping it under the rug helps combat stigma, and maybe people will learn the latest treatment and prevention, and hopefully an eventual cure. There is a long list spanning over the decades of her supporting this, and I could go on and on, but it's just too much to cover, so I'm just giving you a basic summary. Madonna also endorsed groups like ACT UP and Beat AIDS. Now, I covered ACT UP, actually, movement in another video, so check that out. So Madonna has a Raising Malawi Foundation. So the AIDS epidemic takes a large toll in Malawi. They state that there's about 17% of children who are orphaned or considered vulnerable. This foundation works to support orphans in Malawi with education, medication, and food. She even adopted 3 children. Remember this in the news report years ago, they were giving her flack for trying to fast track them back to the US. Can you imagine someone that famous and that much money having that much trouble? How would the ordinary person be able to adopt and bring them over here in a safe place? I mean, maybe some things do need to be changed there. The superstar acknowledged that the battle of HIV/AIDS epidemic is not over. It's still ongoing, noting that 1.5 million people have contracted the disease last year. Here's a quote from Madonna. "The fight is not over. We can never be too complacent when it comes to the silent killer that continues to wreak havoc in the people's lives across the globe." Like Princess Diana, Madonna, I admire both of their works throughout the years. Madonna is endless in her efforts to combat stigma of HIV and AIDS and also the LGBTQ plus community. She's a huge supporter in that as well, and that helped me have confidence enough to be who I am. It's not a choice. I am gay, and anyone that just has a problem with it, too bad. I am comfortable in my own skin, and Madonna's lyrics and attitudes towards all of this helps me.
Sarah Kate Ellis, and glad for this honor. When I made the film Truth or Dare, I had no idea I was going to... Seriously, I had no idea it was going to inspire so many gay men to A, give blowjobs to Evian bottles, or B, just have the courage to come out. Yes. And be free and take a stand and say, this is who I am. Like it or not, okay?
Hey there, and thank you for joining me. Being on The Sally Show was an amazing experience for me. I feel like I want to celebrate reaching almost 130,000 views, but I want to cover it in a different way. This show at the time was a PG-14 rating, which I believe was aired about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on weekdays. But now with my YouTube channel, and I believe everywhere else, anyone under the age of 18 cannot view. There is and was a social movement for the acceptance of the gay community. Here's a promo that played on the TV all day before it aired.
Gay man.
You want to marry this man?
Yes.
You want to have children with this man?
Yes.
But this man is gay.
Do they even stand a chance?
No. There's sperm banks for that, hun. Anne-Marie, you ain't got the tools between the legs to keep them happy.
Get over it. I'm gay.
I'll cover my experiences a little later on, but I want to share this comment from Sally Get Over It on Gay Video. I came to your channel for looking for more Sally episodes. I am not HIV positive or a gay man, but I loved this video. You have a wonderful personality and I learned a lot. I wish HIV/AIDS was still at the forefront of sex education like it was when I was younger. Thank you for this video, heart. Thank you, AM. I appreciate your feedback and I agree 100%. It's all about mental and physical health, really. This was from my undetectable equals untransmittable plus PrEP video. If you haven't seen it, check it out. Today I want to talk about trans-pos women and what we know. A call out to a trans-pos female who would like to share their story with us. Email me at the link to description below. Trans female have a much higher risk of HIV. Some risk factors include drug alcohol abuse, sex work, incarceration, homelessness, attempted suicide, unemployment, lack of family support, violence, stigma, discrimination, limited healthcare access, where the fear and stigma of trans people can and will cause many of the situations to happen. Now I want to run through some fast facts. Worldwide, 19% of transgender women are living with HIV. In the US, 21.6% of transgender women are living with the disease. And remember, that's all that we know of. I'm sure there's plenty more out there are not accounted for. This is a huge problem. Trans people of color have a much higher risk of 24.9% as compared to the 2.4% of all African Americans. So HIV is 3 times more prevalent among trans black women than white or Latina trans women, which I find is alarming. 19% of trans people surveyed have been refused medical care for their gender identity or sexual expression. 28% claim they have been harassed in the doctor's office. Now, if that were me, I would never go back there again, and I'd be second guessing going anywhere else. That is a really tough thing to face, really. Somehow I wonder if that's even legal. Like, doctors have to take an oath, right? Sure, you can get that result much quicker, and you should. I feel it's important to share my viewers' questions and comments and anything. We're a little community, and we're all together on this. So this is from a recent video, Living with HIV, Year 6. This is from Wild8357. Salute to you, bro. People think different. Don't let stigma disappoint you. Live every day as you take your medication. Forgive yourself and remember that HIV plus or negative, we're all gonna die one day. And that's very true, and thank you for sharing that. I mean, you could die of old age, you could get hit by a bus tomorrow. Who knows what the future holds? This is from an active viewer. I love this guy, the insane UPS driver. Being single isn't so bad. I've been single for a decade, twice, and by choice. My 20s and my late 30s and early 40s. Much less headache and a lot more freedom. And cheers to you, bro. I completely agree. I've had a lot of turmoil in my past long-term relationships, and honestly, I really don't want to go back there. And I mean, I'm happy with my life. I love to kayak and I do other hobbies, and I'm busy working. I have family and friends that are close and dear to me, so I'm a happy guy. Thank you for sharing. This is from Sally Get Over It, I'm Gay. And it's from Stacy Detweiler, 1475. I have a male friend who's gay, and my well-meaning mother wanted to convert him. And I told her it just doesn't work like that. And I told my friend, we had a good laugh about it. I hope these two can stay friends, and I don't understand how people can think you can convert someone's sexuality. You're born that way. Didn't they make a song about it? I mean, I don't know. I'm glad you guys could have a good laugh about it, and as for Anne-Marie and Mia, we're not friends, and it's healthier that way for both of us, so we had to move on, and that's it. Thank you for sharing, and I appreciate that. Now, Matthew Shepard, part 1 and 2. This was done, I think, over 2 years ago, and recently a viewer commented quite a few things about it. And the 2 parts. Part 1 was what the media was showing at the time when this happened. And the second part, there's a book written about it, there's articles done about it, and there's evidence that the story was quite different from what we were told. Now, you can choose to believe the first or the second story. It's up to you. I'm just giving the whole story, really. It quite saddens me, and this poor kid had to be beaten to death. I mean, regardless of the reasons, no one should ever die in any circumstance in that way, and it was just horrific. So yes, I got blasted by a viewer on this saying, no, this is not, you don't have the evidence, you don't have the facts. Well, you have Google, you can go explore the facts and believe what you want to believe and leave it as that. Studies have shown that women living with HIV are more often stigmatized and isolated than men with HIV. They're publicly shamed, named, called, and blamed for bringing HIV into the home or the community. Even if they're living with their HIV male partner, the female still gets the brunt of it. People need to be educated more on this. I mean, if you're undetectable, you equals you is a slogan. You cannot give the virus to another. It's simple as that. Next up, generic daily HIV prevention pill for young men who have sex with other men. It could save lives and money. Here is a stat. About 1 in 5 new HIV diagnoses in the US occurs among youth ages of 13 to 24. Young men who have sex with other men are accounted to about 81%. That's incredible. So when taking PrEP, it reduces the risk of contracting HIV by 99%. Now, if you're a parent and have a young gay male, you should take him to the doctor and get him on PrEP. HIV self-test kits were meant to empower, but they don't necessarily lead to HIV treatment or prevention. When they came out in 2016, the World Health Organization recommended HIV self-test kits as a way for people to test for HIV in private. Each kit contains instructions on how to use and to administer, and you get quick results. So finally, could this new hydrogel make HIV therapy more convenient? So basically, it's an injectable that goes under your skin and at times slowly releases the medication you need to keep yourself undetectable. Now for myself, I never forget. I have a rigid schedule. I take it after my breakfast every morning, never miss. But as for other people, in their cases, might be different. So that might be a good solution for them. And also there's the Cabenuva injection once every 2 months, but has to be administered by a nurse. But also mental illness can come to play. Maybe you don't feel like taking your medication anymore, or you want to break from it, but that's not something you can do. So speaking about mental illness, it's caused so many deaths in our society, and it needs to be addressed. Like, for example, there's drug overdoses, suicide, gun violence, and so on. We really need to focus on mental health to have a healthier future. I was diagnosed with HIV back in August of 2017. Now, within 3 years, my teeth started deteriorating at an alarming rate. I used to have a beautiful smile. I mean, I could show you photos. But what I didn't realize is that the medication can strip away your vitamin D and calcium. I've had last year a bone density scan, and it was found quite low for my age. So immediately, yes, I started taking the supplements, vitamin D and calcium, and this strong medication called, I think, Aldernite, and that's taken once every 2 weeks. So I kind of try and hide my smile these days because there's not much else I can do. I've been seeing the dentist, using all my coverage, putting as much money as I can in, and basically my bottom teeth are a lost cause at this point. So I'm looking at maybe partials or dentures. Now, I had some viewers reach out in the past saying that they had to get full dentures and they're on HIV medication. There is research studies that have been done, people who are living with HIV linked with problems with your teeth. Now, my HIV specialist she brushes it off like it's not a big deal because she finds there's not a lot of her patients that have this problem, but I think one is too many. I visited a denturist. He told me there's no payment plan, so I'm stuck there. It's going to be a lengthy process. I'm going to call around, look around online, and see what I can do that's affordable. Now, please, if you're experiencing the same thing I am, reach out to me. Comment below. Share your story, really. This is kind of a personal video to me, sharing my issues like this. But I wish I would have known when I was diagnosed and put on treatment, because I would have started supplements right away. So I suggest you do too. I mean, we have to take our medication to keep us healthy. I mean, there's no way of getting around that, but there's always a solution to any problem. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, video, audio, and lighting. I just reached over 1,100 subscribers and over 100 videos. That is a milestone to me, and I find it fantastic I'm able to share my views and also share with others about HIV. And also this medication called Aldernite. It's quite strong. I take it once every 2 weeks. It's supposed to build up the dentin that I lost. Here's hoping. And they won't take you seriously because you smoke. Well, come on. There's lots of people who smoke who do not have the problem that I do with my teeth. I found it quite hurtful and judgmental. Thank you for spending the time with me and watching my videos. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it as I do every year. So everyone have a happy and safe holiday season. I look forward to what next year brings. Please remember to like and subscribe and tap that notification bell to be notified if you haven't already. Until next time, Michael K here. Take care, everyone.